Unit 4. Who's your best friend? Vocabulary. Look at the picture. What are the people like? Write the correct letter. Then listen and check your answers. 1,
D. Generous.
2,
A. Reserved.
3,
F. Talkative.
4,
C. Organized.
5,
E. Creative.
6.
B. Clumsy.
Conversation. She sounds charming. Complete the conversation. Then watch and check your answers. Practice the conversation with a partner.
Look at this, Tom. That's the wedding dress. Isn't it amazing?
Wow, that's beautiful. Do you mind if I ask how it feels to have a new sister-in-law?
Oh, not at all. Kaiko's like my best friend. We've known each other since we were in college. In fact, I was the one who introduced her to my brother.
Really? And how did that go?
Not so great at first. When they started hanging out together, I was kind of jealous, but she's the kind of person who you can't stay mad at long. She made sure neither of us felt left out.
She must have some great people skills. I can't wait to meet her.
Oh, you'll love her. Kaiko's charming.
Cool. Let's get together soon.
Language practice. Relative clauses. Subject.
I was the one who, that, introduced them.
He's the only guy who, that, can make me laugh.
He's that tall man who, that, bought Joe's car.
Those are the books which, that, help me.
Object.
She's the kind of person who, that, you can't stay mad at for long.
She was the first teacher who, that, I had in college.
They're neighbors who, that, I've known for years.
It's a game which, that, we like to play.
Whose.
That's my friend whose son won the contest.
She's the one whose project got picked.
Pronunciation. Linking with w. Listen. Notice the W-linked sounds. 1,
Do you know anyone who has a truck?
2,
Can you show it to me?
3,
How is he?
4.
Is this how it goes?
Listening. Listen to people talking about how they met a friend. Number the pictures to match the stories. 1,
Jane, it's so good to see you. You look great. Here, let me take your suitcase.
Thanks. I can't believe we haven't seen each other since high school. We really shouldn't have waited this long.
I know. It's been 10 years.
Seems like yesterday. I can still remember when we first met.
Me too. It was in the robotics club. You were the only other girl there.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what I was thinking, but then I saw you and I knew it was going to be okay.
Yeah, there weren't many girls who were into robotics back then.
We were such nerds.
We still are. And it turned out so well. I hear you're working for a startup now.
Yes, I am, and I'm definitely still a nerd and having a great time.
That's fantastic. Me too. I think we need to get together more often. Good thing we have some time to catch up before the reunion.
2.
I'm nervous about your high school reunion. What will I say to your friends?
Don't worry. There's only one person who I really want you to meet, and that's Curtis.
Curtis? The one you call Crazy Curtis?
That's the one. He's the guy who changed my life.
How did he do that?
Well, I used to be super insecure. I was too shy to talk to anyone or look them in the eye. So my mom got me a job as a camp counselor. I guess she thought it would be good for me, but I did not want to go.
Knowing your mom, she made you go, right?
Right. So about 5 minutes after I got there, this guy came up to me and started asking me questions. Well, one thing led to another, and that night, when everyone else was sleeping, we snuck out of our cabin and went swimming. I never would have done that without Curtis.
Is he still like that?
I don't know. That's why I'm anxious to see him. I want to find out if he's still adventurous or if he's changed into a regular person.
3.
Mommy, how did you meet Daddy?
I met him in high school.
Tell me exactly what happened. Was it love at first sight?
No, not exactly.
Well, how did you meet him?
Okay, well, one morning I was riding my bicycle to high school like usual, but it was raining really hard, so I was getting wet. I'd stopped at a red light and I was waiting for the light to change because I'm careful. You know that, Beth. We always wait for the light to turn green before we go.
Right, Mommy.
So when it did turn green, I started to turn into the school parking lot when all of a sudden I heard someone call my name, Louise. I turned around and pow! This guy on a skateboard crashed right into me and knocked me down.
Oh, no! Was that Daddy?
That was your daddy. And the thing is, he didn't even fall off his skateboard.
He didn't?
No, but he did stop to see if I was okay. I was pretty upset. I was wet and covered in dirt, and I must have looked terrible. But he was so sorry, and the way he smiled at me, I just couldn't get mad.
That sounds like love at first sight, Mommy.
Well, maybe you're right, honey. It took about 30 seconds, so I guess it was.
Listening Plus. Listen to two people at their high school reunion. Answer the questions.
Hi, Louise. Do you remember me? We met senior year when we worked on the yearbook together.
Oh, sure, Jane Simmons. That was fun. I always admired you. You were into robotics, and you didn't care what anyone thought.
Oh, I did, but I hid it well. Actually, I admired you. You always seemed so calm.
Ha! Well, you should see me now that I have kids.
I'm sure you're a fantastic mother. Hey, is that Curtis over there in the crowd?
Yes, it is. I guess you haven't seen him since high school. Does he look different to you?
Well, yeah. He used to have long hair and he was super skinny. I remember he was always riding his skateboard. I didn't know him very well, but I always wondered what happened to him.
He's a dentist now.
A dentist? I never thought Crazy Curtis was the kind of guy who would become a dentist. I thought he'd be a race car driver or something.
Well, I'm sure there are days when he wishes that.
So, do you see him often?
Pretty often. He's my husband.
Reading. Friendship in the modern world.
If you want to be successful, it helps to have friends. Just ask Larry Page and Sergey Brin. They didn't like each other when they first met at university. In fact, they argued. Later, however, they reconnected and started one of the world's best-known companies, Google. In another example, Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet met on the set of Titanic, one of the most romantic films ever made. While their characters fell in love, the two actors formed a close friendship that has lasted for more than 20 years. In the tech world, show business, and many other industries, friendships are vital. Friends not only help by providing emotional and social support, but also share career information and contacts. We need a lot of friends, and we need different kinds. But how can we manage all these social connections? One answer is to accept that friends form circles around us. The inner circle contains our best friends. These are people who know us well because we grew up with them, or we spend a lot of time together. We are loyal to this inner circle and would invite them to our wedding. It was reported that DiCaprio walked Winslet down the aisle to her husband when she got married. Then there is the middle circle. It contains people we see regularly at parties, school, or work events. We enjoy conversations about topics that aren't very serious. These friends require less time and energy, yet they can introduce us to new ideas, contacts, or information. We might see them at a wedding, but we wouldn't necessarily invite them to ours. The third is the outer circle. Think of regular customers, friends of friends, and especially social media contacts. We might not remember their names, but they link us to the wider world. These contacts might post photos of their wedding, and we might like them. Of course, these circles are fluid. Friendships can change depending on time and circumstances. However, having different types of friends gives us a stronger network. And who knows, maybe like Bryn and Paige, we might meet a person that changes our lives.
Homework. Listening.
Look, Mom, here are some photos of my classmates. This one here is Heather.
Is she the girl who scored the winning goal in the soccer match?
Yes, Heather's a great athlete. She's a little nerdy, but she's someone who's fun to be around.
And who's the girl who is standing next to her?
Oh, that's Rosa, the team captain. She's holding the trophy the team won. She's very charming and always optimistic about the team's future.
Do you have any pictures of your roommate?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I do. In this photo, Helen is the one who's welcoming the new students.
So, what's she really like? I'm never sure if you do really like her. It's hard to ask you on the phone when she might be right there.
Well, she's very outgoing and talkative. She's the person who other students like to study with.
Doesn't that bother you? I know you like it to be quiet when you study.
Not really. When Helen studies with her study group, I just go to the library.
It sounds like Helen is very generous with her time.
Yes, she's very kind. But she's someone who's not very organized. She leaves books and notes from her study group all around the apartment, and she always leaves her dirty dishes in the sink.
Do you ever say anything to her about it?
Oh, no, I would never do that. Besides, she never says anything to me when I'm clumsy and drop the dishes.
You make good roommates then. You should try to be more outgoing, though, Elena, honey.
Oh, that's just not me, Mom. I'm not like Helen. I like spending my time reading and hanging out with a couple of good friends once in a while.
Pronunciation. Listen to parts of the conversation again. Which w sounds are linked? Connect them. 1.
She's a little nerdy, but she's someone who's fun to be around.
2.
And who's the girl who is standing next to her?
3,
Helen is the one who's welcoming the new students.
4,
She's the person who other students like to study with.
5,
But she's someone who's not very organized.
As always, thanks a lot for watching. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. And before you go, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and click that tiny bell. And don't forget to check out some of our other videos on the channel. On to the next time.